What's going on, everybody? It's your buddy, it's your pal Spaz Phoenix, the YWC Reality Check. This is your Saturday night's main event preview, and that is Jake fucking DeMarco. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, my friend? Hopefully you're doing well. It's been
It's been a
hot.
week for all of
It
us.
has.
Yeah,
It has.
it's been warm as well. Spaz is not skinny, so Spaz doesn't like the warm.
Same here. I've
Um,
always hated the heat, and I am sweltering in it.
yeah, you're melting away to nothing as if that wasn't already happening.
I wish.
Hey!
I wish.
Anyways, bit of quick house cleaning before we get into anything. Obviously, we're about to talk about the Saturday night's main event show. There will be a pay-per-view hangout on Saturday for Saturday night's main event starting at around 2 o'clock on this channel. Counterpoint, Spaz isn't going to be home on Saturday. So I hope you guys all have fun in the chat. I've asked Jake and Guapo and a couple of other people to sort of keep an eye on the chat and kick out the Rapscallions, etc. But I'm looking at the Nates and the Bradleys and the MDBs and the C Moneys and all the usual suspects that are out there. And I think I've made a bunch of you mods anyway. So just keep an eye on the chat for me while I'm gone. Babysit the chat. Don't give me spoilers because I'm going to be doing family stuff. There will be a pay-per-view hangout also on Sunday for AEW Double or Nothing, but we're not previewing that show because it's AEW and they're doing Anarchy in the Stadium or whatever the fuck. One more thing to say about the channel.
Yes.
One more thing to say about the channel. Big thank you to everybody out there. We are within striking distance. We are within about 16 subs of my next personal milestone. We are getting closer to some kind of monetization at some point. So
yeah, baby.
Thank you to everybody. Let's try to get it over. The next milestone for me will be 1600, which is
Very
something
exciting.
for sure.
Love to see you get monetized, and on top of it, I am sure to stop in the chat on Saturday. Everybody better be dropping in there, hitting like, hitting subscribe. But like you said, Saturday night's main event seems like they've done a decent job to stack it up. They're trying anyways.
Here's the thing, and I wanted to say a quick thank you, and I'd like to get over the next hump by, say, SummerSlam. Guys out there, guys in the chat, does SummerSlam seem reasonable? That would be really, really wonderful for me. Let's get it over 17 by maybe December or so. I'm setting very reasonable goals for the channel, and I'm blown away by the expansion that we've had this year. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you to folks that came over from Jake. Thank you to people. I know there's a couple people that came over and started watching me after I was mixing it up in the chat over on the What Culture side of things. I'm not nearly there as much anymore. Obviously, thank you to our friends over at the Wrestling for Life Network, and whisper it. There's AAA coming up soon. Ooh. We might have a Guapo. we might have a Guapo.
If it's true. Ooh,
he's hanging out down south with what's his name? Oh, I just ruined my own joke. What the fuck was Sami Zayn's other name? El Generico. I'm tired. It's fucking tired in here. Anyways,
tired,
what I wanted
hot,
to say about
and lame.
What I wanted to say about Saturday night's main event is it doesn't feel like a pay-per-view. It's not supposed to feel like a pay-per-view. It's Saturday night's main event. It's an extra Saturday show. I'm looking forward to all the matches, but I'm hoping that you can help me stir up a bit of conversation, because as much as I'm looking forward to all the matches, I don't really know how much I actually have to say about the matches, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
I think a lot of them are going to be fun. When I come home from all kinds of family stuff on Saturday, I will be playing a little bit of catch up, and I will be enjoying the show. Maybe I'll watch it in the car on the way home because I won't be the one driving. Yay! But it's one of those, like, there's 5 matches and there's 5 iterations of, yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
But before we dive into the matches, 2 things that I've called for, 2 things that might actually be happening. Number 1, we talked very, very briefly last week about the fact that a certain Big Bill might have his contract running out in AEW quite soon. Now add to that the rumor and innuendo that's been swirling today that for the past 2 Tuesdays, somebody else has been roaming around the performance center.
Somebody that's not
Somebody looking
7
for
foot tall.
he couldn't be taught that. Somebody
No.
looking for a cup of
A
haters?
cup of haters? Got
Cup
a
of hate
lightsaber for a saber, let's go ahead and say
lightsaber
it's
for a
my
hater.
for
Hey,
a
man.
hater. My
Very
God, it's not
tired in
tired in
here.
here. Yes. Uh,
Enzo and
th
Cass coming in would be
I miss him
fucking phenomenal.
terribly. I miss him so
Mhm.
much, and I Big Cass is definitely part of that package, but it was
Oh, yeah.
Enzo. Because Enzo, as I
Enzo got
always
fucked.
said, he knew
Big
what he
Cass
was
has
doing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Enzo got fucked. Big Cass has a very awesome personal story. So the two of them coming back together is awesome.
Yeah.
Enzo, there's a lot of it for me, and I've got a lot of this recently. We love, TNA because TNA is that company that's pushing back against cancel culture. They've done it time after time after time. I watched all, 7 seconds of Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano because it was very much like, here's a show put on by a guy that's been canceled, featuring 2 women in the main event that have been canceled. Also, had women in the main event. Tony Khan could learn something from that. People are mad that it was short. I'm like, yeah, did you expect it to be long? Pause. But Enzo coming back to WWE, honestly, and everybody would be like, "Oh, you're an Enzo fan. I bet you want to see him on pay-per-view or whatever." No, stick Enzo and Cass back in NXT. That would be a lot of
Absolutely.
fun. Enzo
Going
and
for the
Cass,
and they
like,
never got the NXT tag titles. They never let him get those and then move back up to the main roster. It's probably silly. Everybody else would be like, "No, of course, put him on the main roster." But I feel like that would only increase their stock
no,
and the
see, I'd
desire
get
for them to increase.
I'd get selfish. I'd want to keep them in NXT.
Oh,
I want to see
absolutely.
I
But
want to see Enzo like interacting with like Shiloh Hill and fucking I need a face-to-face stare down with Big Cass and Mika Lockwood.
oh, now we're talking. That's my girl. That's
Big
our China.
Big Cass and Big Meek, not to be confused with Big Mike. We're not going on Barry and Mike's excellent adventure. It's funny
Exactly.
watching you on Discord typing your tweets in real time.
Right?
I'm just
Trying
saying.
trying to multitask the best I can
Hey,
and very behind, but going through like
yeah.
15 things of it, and it's like,
Hey,
things I should have
we're
been
gonna
attacking
we're gonna be
earlier but haven't,
we're gonna be renaming Jake as Ned because he is and will always be my guy in the chair. But
Absolutely.
yeah, so Enzo and Cass coming in, that's gonna be a lot of fun. And also, not that long ago, I did a bit of a spiel on here with you about, hey, you know what would be really good for WWE? You know what would be really good for all the fans getting their reps in and whatnot would be if WWE brought back house shows.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing, because Spaz can never be happy. What's the 2 big tragedies in life? One of the big tragedies in life is getting or not getting what you want. The other tragedy is getting it.
Very true. Yes.
They announced that they're gonna be doing throughout the summer, and all the dates are in the States, but I've got a SmackDown coming up. It's fine, don't worry about it. Just mortgage the house again. Don't worry about it. But there's going to be house shows throughout the summer, and there's gonna be house shows when they go on the European tour surrounding Clash in Italy.
Yes.
But a little bit of paranoia kicked in
Mm.
because not that long ago, there was rumors and dirt sheet and innuendo that, hey, WWE has taken fans' criticism seriously. They're going to look at show prices. They're going to look at the price of X, Y, and Z. We're going to bring ticket prices down, etc.
Yeah.
If this is their way of doing that, and it's like, okay, well, it's still a mortgage if you want to go to Raw, but here you can have a house show instead.
Yeah.
That's kind of a fuck off.
Exactly.
But
That's
also, I do specifically want to go to a house show.
yes, I do as well.
Because house shows are fun.
They're
Um,
fun. You get to see things you don't normally get. Like there's a lot of good to it, no doubt.
don't give me what I want to fuck me. Pause.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, if
I
you're
will
going
say
to give us a reach around or
yeah,
something,
exactly.
but
I will say that I I am going to SmackDown when it comes to Toronto. The rumor is that Kevin Owens is going to be making an appearance because come around to that Monday, they're going to be in Montreal, obviously. Kevin Owens' neck of the woods, but he's going to be on SmackDown as well. Apparently, rumor, innuendo, supposedly, all those words. Um, So we'll see what's going on with him. I hope it's to say that, hey, I'm good to come back, but you don't want to push these things. I'm
Yeah,
going to
you don't know
SmackDown.
for
It
sure.
didn't completely cost me an arm and a leg, but I wouldn't mind a house show. They always used to do a house show, um, right, and it landed. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Very very tired in here. You guys are going to have to excuse me today. This is going to happen a lot. Um,
Yeah, but with the house
when
shows,
they
like you
did the
said,
house
they bring
when they
them
do the house
in.
show loop at the end of the year for Toronto, Toronto always got the house show that sort of sat between Christmas and New Year's. You know
Yes.
that 1 week at the end of the year where nobody knows what time it is, nobody knows what day it is?
Yes,
We always got one on, like, the 28th,
I
and it was
believe
a
it.
nice break between, like, whatever the Christmas palaver was and whatever was going on New Year's. Spaz is old, and Spaz doesn't do much for New Year's anymore. But it was
No.
still it was still a nice break at the time. So I hope maybe that makes a comeback. Maybe the house shows do well, and we get some more of them. There are people out there that are saying they would like the reps. There are people out there that are saying that they love having more time with their families. I don't want to dictate anything. But what I don't want to hear is that this is TKO's version of, hey, you want cheap prices? Here's cheap prices. Have a house show.
Yeah.
'Cause that's not gonna help your Raw and SmackDown ticket sales, which is not going to help the viewing experience for us watching Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it out
So,
there. Did you give me 2 things I wanted so that you could really give me nothing that I wanted? Keep we're gonna
typically
keep an eye on we're gonna keep an eye on this one, and, I may be more and more critical as the days go on, even though, "Oh, Spaz just blindly loves WWE." Okay, well, we'll see how that
we'll see how
goes.
that plays out, right? I get it
Give me
too,
Enzo and
so
Cass. Give me Enzo and Cass. Give me house shows. Give me a decent price for your other shows. And, maybe, if you can't do WrestleMania next year in Saudi, the Sky Dome is a thing.
exactly,
Moving
so
swiftly on, and let's talk about the show that we do have coming up. Speaking of things that could maybe be compared to a really good house show, we've got Saturday night's main event coming up this coming Saturday,
What a
obviously.
segue.
Um, and Netflix just told me that there's a new show called Mating Season, and I should watch the trailer now.
You
I'm
should
no,
watch it right now. Don't wait.
no.
Don't
That's just
record.
Sasha
Just
Banks going into Tony's office and re-upping her contract. Like, what are we doing?
ah, ah.
Anyways, so let's get into some stuff that I think is mildly predictable because I don't think they're shaking it up just yet. Paige and Brie Bella are defending their titles against the Irresistible Forces.
Yes,
I'm enjoying Paige, even though Brie Bella is attached. We're all kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop when Nikki comes back and they turn on Paige, and then Paige gets to maybe do something away
the
from them.
eventual split, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't mind if I'm not saying I'm excited to see Nikki Bella back, but I want to do the human thing as well. You're injured, go home and be injured until you're not injured anymore. That's we're not going that direction. But
Exactly.
I'm excited for Nikki coming back because it'll mean Paige being separated from the Bellas and possibly doing something else, or possibly, what was my prediction the other pod? Maybe teaming up with Tatum Paxley. That's a pipe dream.
Would be
In the
fun.
meantime, in the meantime, they are doing this sort of like we're buddies, but we're an odd couple thing. They're trying to replicate the Charlotte and Alexa friendship a little bit, and it doesn't work. The combined t-shirt that they have that says Scream Mode is
Yes,
cringe
it's
as
terrible.
fuck.
I keep making fun of it,
Um,
but
but they're making the rounds and they're having a go with every other ladies team out there right now, which is it's a showcase of the teams that you have in this division that people keep saying isn't a division, which is a good thing. Nia Jax, Lash Legend as a tag team are great. Obviously, Lash Legend is a fucking powerhouse. Nia Jax keeps getting better, in my opinion. I don't necessarily need them to be champions again,
yeah.
but I'm gonna like watching them squash some people. Predicting a no contest and not the only no contest that I'm predicting on this show, to be
No,
honest,
certainly not.
but it's two interferences that I'm predicting that are for the same reason by the same group, and it's going to tell a positive story going forward. Um, but yeah, Fatal Influence is going to come in and fuck them up, and it's going to set up Paige and Brie Bella versus Laney Reed and Fallon Henley, and that's going to be a lot of fun probably at Clash in Italy.
So, I'm not so sure that Paige and Brie are gonna retain because
Okay.
I feel like they only got the tag titles at Mania just to do the surprise thing. "Look, we weren't gonna be able to compete. We got a surprise partner. Here we go. Everybody's lining up." I think that was the full intention. Besides
Okay.
that, I feel like it kind of ran its course. You got the what was it? The Irresistible Forces or whatever that Lash and Nia are, and they never got their rematch. Now they finally get it. They get the belts back. But like you said, you could have the heel team of Fatal Influence take it. It might just be a little too soon, but still, it's good. So there's a lot to run with here.
I do like
Uh,
that they had the match on Raw to sort of bring Judgment Day into the mix because it does sort of feel, and it happens both ways depending on who the champions are. But even though they're the cross brand title, it always kind of feels like the titles kind of exist on one show for now. And right now it's
Typically
SmackDown.
SmackDown, yeah.
Yeah. Well, but when
But it's
Judgment
been
Day
on
had it, it was
SmackDown for a long time, even when Charlotte and Alexa had it, and then you know what I mean? So it's the
yeah.
Irresistible Forces.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna kinda have a cut and paste thing here, with the tag titles for a little while because my thing is gonna be the night that they lose the tag titles is the night that Nikki comes back. So if this is the night that Nikki comes back, this might be the night that they lose the titles.
which for the
Like,
injury she has lines up, so
okay, well, I don't know. We keep having this conversation, and I know you're more on some specifics than I am, but I'm really leaning into this. You know what? If somebody's gone because they're injured, I'm not gonna keep hitting refresh on the page. Like I'm really I know we said it a lot last year. I tried to do it this year as well. Hey, they're out, they're dealing with this. I'm not gonna do the are you coming back yet? Are you coming back yet? Are you coming back yet? Even though I just did that with Kevin Owens a second ago, so I'm failing at this already. But my cut and paste thing for Paige and Brie Bella is going to be the night that they drop it is the night that Nikki comes back. So if this is the night that Nikki comes back, this will be the night that they drop it. Because I think it'll be if it's not a case of Nikki coming in and saying, "Oh, thanks for holding that belt for me. It's mine now." It'll be they lose to somebody and Brie takes it out on Paige, starts beating her up, and Nikki comes in to join.
yeah, I mean, that makes
That
sense.
exact scenario will exist in a bubble, and we'll drop that bubble in whenever Nikki's ready to come back. So it does feel like a bit of a waiting game. It does feel like I right now they're doing a lot of exhibition stuff because even though I don't like Brie, she's sort of new to being back, so she's got a lot of new opponents. Paige, I'm a lot happier about being back. It's a lot of whole new opponents for her as well. I do want to see her maybe move to Raw once the tag team thing is over because I think Paige and Liv Morgan is something they could play with. That would be a lot of fun. Um, Nikki's going to come back. Their title reign is going to end. They're going to turn on Paige, and all of those things happen to happen at the same time. And
Yeah,
if it's on Saturday night's main event and it sets up something immediately next week for Clash in Italy, that seems a bit jagged. Like, what do you want to say? Like 8 days away or whatever.
yeah,
So I'm not predicting all that is going to happen this week. So I am going to pick Paige and Brie Bella retain, even if it's they retain because there's a disqualification. Because I am predicting, especially with all the good positive news that we're hearing about our other favorites in Fatal Influence, I think they just might go Conquest of Gold right away, and I'm fine with that. And if Paige and Brie Bella are going to lose those titles, which is going to facilitate the breaking up of Paige and the Bella twins, drop it to Fatal Influence. Like, no warming up in the bullpen. They've already got an awesome reaction. They were already awesome in NXT. Belt them. See if they can swim.
yeah.
Um,
Exactly. You're not wrong. I really don't have much to comment on it. It's not a lack of energy thing. Like I wanted to let you go. I didn't want to cut you off as like I usually do because you
trying to
nailed
have
it.
energy. Yay!
You what? But you nailed it. Like, and you're right. And it's all about like just give them the chance. You know, let it run. So I like it. I
Speaking
like your idea.
speaking
I co-sign
okay.
it. So go for it.
Speaking of giving people a chance, Sol Ruka versus Becky Lynch. Now there's controversy here because Becky Lynch said, "I'm going to fight you on Saturday. I'm not putting the title on the line." There's also graphics out there from various sources that say that it is an Intercontinental Championship match,
It's
and
listed
then
as well, yeah, so
on
it's
Wikipedia, on the Wikipedia page that I'm on, it says it's just a singles match. I don't know if they've updated WWE.com because I'm not on there. I think either way, Soul wins. Either Soul wins here, and that's something they can say, okay, next week in Italy, I'm doing it and it's going to be for the belt. Or if it is for the belt, Soul wins. Becky Lynch gets her rematch in Italy.
yeah, because now the graphic isn't up on WWE.com anymore, they only show the 4 matches, so I wonder. If it's not
Ah,
for the belt, then Soul's winning. If it is, she's not. Yes, I agree. Especially with the story right now, people are like, "Oh my god, she's on a losing streak. She's 0-2, folks, and she faced who?
I think,
The women's world
yeah,
champ and then Io friggin' Sky." Like, the sky is not falling because she lost 2 matches, and she didn't look terrible in defeat either.
happily newly married Io Sky.
Yes, congrats to her and the
Have
evilest
you seen?
Naraku.
Okay. You and I have the same sort of perspective. Just a couple of random white guys talking about wrestling on the internet. Have you seen the amount of people that have gone to their ex and been like, "Oh, damn, you missed your chance. You could have married a white guy." I'm like, "Holy fuck."
Wow.
I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's fucking terrible.
It's fucked, and to see that he
Like,
went ahead and, uh,
god damn.
manages to go ahead and say
I
something just like, I
I don't know what, like, god damn.
that got me. He corpsed me on that one. I
Oh,
really like, just a total shitty.
that was an Undertaker pun.
Yes.
But, like, god damn. I sit here and try to defend us a bunch, but holy Christ, guys, you're not helping me.
And she just did this great, like, it's like a documentary series, but it's in obviously their native language and all of that. But Naraku
Okay.
Evil was very nervous about coming to America, had to wait to get his visa
Ooh,
when everything got settled because he doesn't know the language. And she's like, shut up, you're with me, I got it. And she established her whole
no.
life here, you know what I mean? From moving herself first. And she was
Yeah.
able to do it. And for 10 years, they've been, together waiting to get married.
It's
So,
it's cool, man. Like, I'm not gonna, like, all of a sudden flip a switch and pretend that I know everything about Evil because I don't, but I like what I've seen so far. And, we've seen how nepotism works for, like, Bianca Belair and Naomi, and, like, maybe we can throw some nepo onto Evil. Evil nepo housing. I don't know, I got nothing. Uh, I don't know where I was going with that, but Jesus Christ, I started it out as a really nice, like, "Hey, congratulations on them for getting married," and then I had to bring up the idiots.
we had to,
But,
though.
yeah, no, Sol Ruka had the match with Io Sky that was a lot of fun, and yeah, Io Sky couldn't have lost that either because people were already losing their mind. "Oh, they're booking her as Io Giannetti." Well, not really.
Not at
Let's face
all.
it,
I mean, come on.
at all in the slightest. Like, I'm sorry, like, do I think she's on the same level as Rhea Ripley? As a star? No. As a worker, probably better than Rhea Ripley. Like, there's a balance in there somewhere, but you could tell that, like, for the first time in a long time, and I know I talk about this quite a bit, but, like, Soul and Io had a lot of fun in their match, and that was last week, I think.
Yeah.
And, like, they just looked like they were having a good time. And Soul, like, "Oh, she botches. Okay, you go do a soul snatcher."
Yeah. You go
I'm just
ahead
saying,
and jump off the ropes like that. "Oh, she
go do
botched it." You go do it. Go ahead.
you go do a somersault RKO or however you want to describe soul snatcher. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And they've put her with Becky Lynch, who is the fucking star maker.
She
Becky
knows
Lynch.
what she's doing.
Becky Lynch is the Judgment Day in singular form, as far as making stars.
Yeah.
Um,
They've put her with great pairings so far, and she keeps getting to showcase her talents.
mhm.
It's a great thing.
And she'll. I'm just being repetitive now. She will put in whatever Soul needs to fill in as far as a match. We
Yeah,
we 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 infused it with frog DNA to complete the sequence, to complete the code.
exactly.
Jurassic Ruka. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna throw it out on a limb here. I think whether the title's on the line or not, she wins. I
Okay,
think if it's
I
not
would
like
love that because of the 2 losses, and then she gets one over on Becky. You know what? I'm with you.
I think
You
I
swayed
think
me.
either I think either way we get a rematch in Italy. I think you have the non-title match that gets her the title match in Italy, or you get her winning the title and Becky gets her rematch a week later.
Yeah, because
Because
I
it's
don't
very
picture Becky
easy.
holding this title much longer, honestly.
Yeah, Becky Lynch, is very cut and paste in that I lost my title. I didn't really lose my title. It's not just me saying it. Da 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 da. Rematch. Here we go.
We relapse through that, but it's great, so it works.
I love when she's like, "No, no, no, you cut me off. I didn't get to finish. I'm the best in the world. It's not just me saying it. Bleacher Report is saying it.
It's why I
Sports
love
Illustrated."
Ethan Page, and we'll get to it when we talk to him, but,
Oh my god. Oh, we'll
he's
get
got
to
it
that as well.
down, so
But, because WWE is actually capable of giving us more than one women's match on a Saturday, let's talk about the third women's match that brings us up to 12 women on the show.
yeah.
Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss taking on Jade Cargill and the Baddies 2.0.
I'm obviously siding with Team Rhea. I
I'm
can't
siding with Team Rhea, but
yeah.
I don't think there's a winner here.
Okay.
I think they're going to do everything in their power in this match to convince you that they're leading to a Rhea Ripley Jade Cargill rematch, and Fatal Influence are going to come out once again. JC Jane is going to have that "you forgot about me, motherfucker" written all over her face, and either she's going to plant herself in that title picture, or what I think would be really interesting because she would be playing sort of the odd person out. I think you get a triple threat.
Yeah, I mean, really, when you think about it, there's a lot to be had when you think about the news and everything that's being said about Fatal Influence. I always want to say attraction and, but
People have discovered
influence,
that people have
yeah, they're
discovered that
great.
that Danhausen and Fatal Influence are good. Jake, have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Yeah,
Is
people
this
are
something
saying
is
they're
this anything?
successes. They rewrote a lot of
Oh, yeah.
creative based around including Fatal Influence, not just as
They
call-ups, but like changing the plans then because of the response that they got.
they started rewriting JC Jane's creative the night of her debut. Like, if that doesn't tell you something, and WWE are pretty stubborn with some of their booking, if I want to put it nicely and gently. So if they went, "Oh, shit," and started rewriting immediately, because I think you get a little bit of a dynamic here. You got, like, mega superstar versus mega superstar in Rhea and Jade Cargill having another go around.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
and people are gonna hate this comparison, but know that I mean it as a compliment. Could JC Jane be The Miz standing between The Rock and John Cena?
Yeah, yeah, certainly.
You put that belt on JC Jane by pinning Jade Cargill, and everybody has a heart attack. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You keep Ripley strong because Ripley, Jade Cargill, or sorry, Ripley, JC Jane one on one is a match we want to see again with the belt on the line. It's fine. Um, but also, even these trios, because Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss want those tag titles back. I'm sure Meechin and BFAB want their own shot at those tag titles as well. This could be a three-way trios match at some point. At some point down the line on a bigger card that has like more time on it. Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss versus Jade Cargill and the Baddies 2.0 versus Fatal Influence. 3-on-3-on-3, maybe in an elimination match.
That would
That's
be a lot
fun.
of fun.
That's fun. That's
And
money because you got
especially
all kinds.
because, like, the heels don't get along with the heels just because they're heels. Like, Fatal
Exactly.
Influence doesn't work with the baddies, doesn't work with the goodies, doesn't work with, uh,
But
it's just
it's
yeah.
you've got a mix of people in that match, and this is what makes a good, like, pile of people match. You can't have all your headliners in one pile of people match, or you shouldn't anyway. You have to have some people that are not quite there. You've got Ripley, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, all, like, stamped in gold. Like, these are main eventers in the division. Jade Cargill, who's making a pretty good case for herself as well. Meechin and BFAB, who are awesome in their role. They're awesome in their kind of like hired goons type thing, goons, hired goons. You got Fatal Influence, who even themselves were like JC Jane and Fallon Henley were like fighting over like who's one and who's 1A. Lainey Reed, who's like last kid to the party, so you want to say she would be on the bottom as far as the experience or whatever goes, but that mix of different people in different roles playing different characters that are all at different stages in one match. Lots of fun, lots of variety. I do think you get Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill in this match, monstering everybody else. Maybe we tease a Jade Cargill Charlotte Flair match for later on down the line because a lot of people see that. Interestingly enough, I want to kind of see it branch off a little bit. I want to see Alexa Bliss and Mia Yim go at it because I think there's a fun match to be had later on down the line there as well. So I hope I'm predicting the second like schmoz of the night due to Fatal Influence, but I hope we get enough match before the schmoz happens.
Yes. And it seems that way, but
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, it's 5 matches in 2 hours, and it's not an episode of Raw, so there's not a talking segment in between, and an interview in between, and a video package in between, and, you know, 10 ads for Wingstop. It's fine, don't worry about it. Um,
As TKO
but
admits that they shouldn't have ran Vegas back to back and they shouldn't
yeah.
squash Mania with so many ads. Maybe anything but Mania, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
and as we pretend to, rage out about, "Oh my god, there's ads on them." You mean like everywhere else?
Mhm. Even paid tier subscriptions now come with ads, even when you're supposed to be ad free. Like nothing's
Yeah.
without it. They're everywhere. They're following you. They want your data.
I'll have a conversation about the advertising time, like ad breaks and whatnot. I'm not going to hear anybody's bitching about, oh, there's a logo on the mat. I could care less. I really could care less.
That doesn't bother me, but
But it's everywhere else. Like, and it's not just, oh, let's dig at AEW, but AEW's had ads on their ring mat. I couldn't even tell you what an AEW ring is like these days. TNA does it. I mean, AAA, probably the best thing happening in WWE right now. Mask
yeah,
versus mask. Don't worry about it. Like they got ads running on the Tron while the match is happening. And that is way more distracting than, oh my God, there's a logo on the mat, which to see, I had to physically make myself stop watching the fight and look down at the mat. What are we doing? Remember when they put the first
exactly.
Prime logo? Remember when they put the first Prime logo right in the middle? Everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's such an eyesore!" And like within a week, everybody was like, "It doesn't fucking
Yeah.
like literally at all."
It doesn't affect anything, and now the ring is littered with advertisements, the turnbuckles,
Mm.
the names people pay to be on there, like, all of it.
But can you read the names? Does it matter?
Exactly.
I don't care.
So,
I
even
mean,
in
I
8K Ultra HD, you're not picking that up.
I would love to go back to old school NXT with the black canvas, but we're never getting that. So we've got what we've got. And the turnbuckle is WWE Club. So you've got a WWE turnbuckle, a WWE Club logo, which is basically the same thing, and then the WWE logo again.
Yeah,
What are we doing? It's
but
not
that's a
like
problem.
it's not like we fabricated 2 whole title belts as a kiss ass move to the network that we're on, like some other companies I could mention.
Mm.
Moving swiftly on. If there's a winner, I'm gonna go with Jade Cargill's team because they're gonna have to balance out Jade Cargill, Rhea Ripley, and
Yeah.
their like score if you wanna put it that way.
I could see
But I don't
Jade
think
winning that because it's not for
yeah,
anything, but with all the heat and the way that it seems to me it might be already, I could see them just trying to save it for the faces. So
yeah. I mean, Jade
I'm gonna stay
Cargill,
with the face guess. I'm gonna be
yeah,
the opposite of you on this one.
yeah. If Jade Cargill wins, it's gonna be a big boot to Alexa Bliss just because the size difference will be insane. Um, as it should be. Friggin' Jade Cargill's built like a fucking goddess, and Alexa Bliss
Yes.
is the mini goddess. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We've chosen Alexa Bliss because we don't have a Zelina Vega anymore.
That's it. We lost her.
Oh, speaking of other people that are not in the company anymore, that was a terrible segue. Have you seen this friggin' Australia thing, World Series of Wrestling,
Oh, yes. I've watched
where
them for a while, so
where it's like all their champions are like Killer Cross, Matt Riddle, the Good Brothers, Ash by
Yes.
Elegance.
Yes.
Um,
They
Baron
always do
Corbin's
this though.
there.
They have tours and they bring people over and then do like 4 to 5 specials and then they do it in like cycles. Typically.
Yeah,
That's how
I
I've seen them.
subscribe to them. I'm gonna check
Yeah,
them out
they're
more
on
often.
YouTube. They're entertaining. The show is good. Like it's definitely like we have this group, so we're gonna do every match possible, mix
Are
and
the shows
match.
live on YouTube or are they pay and then they drop them later on?
No, they're free for everybody. So they're
Nice.
live, but it's taped then presented live. So like they have that.
Okay.
Sometimes they even do like live TV, and they
Nice.
have intermissions and stuff. So it's all dependent on
Okay, but
that.
it's not
So
like, okay, yeah, we aired it on Triller and then we dropped it on YouTube a week later. It's not
yeah,
like that.
no, not like that at all.
Okay,
So they
very
go
cool.
right
Because
up
I
to it.
know, I mean, they had Shotzi on one of their shows. That's gonna get my
Yes,
attention. But this
Shotzi took on
Ash, right?
well, she took on Ash one of the episodes. I always forget her name. The redhead.
Oh, Gigi Dolan or
Yes,
Priscilla Kelly.
Priscilla Kelly. Yeah, I could think of Gigi. I couldn't think of Priscilla. I always want to say
Yeah,
Penelope. I'm like, that's not right. Priscilla Kelly. There we go. Yeah, she had several matches. You know, they had, like I said, the same group. I know it's personal. I get that, but it's so odd to me that Ash retired and unretired in like a month's time. And I'm so
yeah,
thankful that she's okay and was able to come
yep,
back. But I'm just very curious personally, like what the hell happened? Like it's just
yeah.
not our business. I know. I'm not
No, no,
trying to pry. I am just a curious
yeah.
medical marvel myself. So when I
You're not
hear
you're not actually
things,
dig. You're admitting curiosity, not actively
yes.
digging for the information.
No,
That's
no, I'm
totally
not going to
different.
go
Yeah,
and tweet her and be like, "Why you back?" You know, like that's not my prerogative whatsoever. But I am very
show me
curious
your
because
toes.
if people do come back, I'll increase your wiki feet score. Just let me see them piggies myself. I'll do the judging.
Only
Uh,
gams.
the feet thing, I never got it. You know, that's one of the many fetishes that just didn't compute in my head. So
Just went right off. This is what happens when we're tired.
yeah,
Uh say Jade Cargill or nobody. Anyways, the reason I where was I going? It's very tired. People listening to us live right now are like, "Fuck are these guys talking about?"
you better call this the
I
tired
I want
episode. I'm
I
telling you.
want to see it's going to be hashtag tired.
Yes,
Somebody put hashtag tired in the chat.
they better.
Um, MDB, C Money, Brad, Nate, Liz, all the cool people that usually show up in the chat. If Guapo decides to show up, we might find Guapo.
We might.
Um, Basically, I
Mm.
want to see them double down on what they did the debut of Fatal Influence when they came out and they attacked all the tag teams in that multi-person tag match, and then it was
Yeah, it
like,
was
okay, well,
great.
there's their debut, and then they doubled down by like fucking with Rhea Ripley the same night, and it's like interference, another
And
one.
another one. And another one. Yeah, like
Yeah, but
definitely.
like space out the matches as well. I was like, yeah, you thought we were done, ha ha ha, or something like that.
Yes.
But I mean, if you want to send like Fallon Henley can be like the what do you call it? The Fatal Influence representative that like goes to invade Raw, and maybe like Fallon Henley goes and fucks with Becky Lynch and Sol Ruka as well.
Yeah,
Like
it could happen.
I'm not gonna lie, Fallon Henley versus Becky Lynch would be sick.
It would be very interesting. So I would not complain at all with that match. Fallon Henley, I feel like, doesn't get enough credit at times, and
Mhm.
she's really spectacularly worthwhile.
Mhm.
And I feel like people just kind of forget about her. So
When like I'm talking way later down the line, if this group ever does like fall apart, the JC Jane Fallon Henley feud is going to be fantastic.
yes.
But
Oh,
right now, Fallon
absolutely.
ooh, ooh, you know what I just thought of? Talking about like Conquest of Gold stuff. Obviously, JC Jane's gonna go for Rhea Ripley. Fallon Henley, Tiffany Stratton.
Mm. Now there's another one. See, we've got
Mhm.
quite a few that we
Fallon
could have fun
Henley
with.
Fallon Henley, Julia.
Yeah. Julia just cut her hair and looks like her former, self in New Japan, or excuse me, Stardom.
Mm,
So really cool to see that.
yep, people are being very normal about that as well.
I'm sure.
And speaking of people being very normal, we got a big return on Raw. Do we want to talk about that? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I have not. No, not at
Fucking
all. Not one bit, you know? So, I'm telling you.
oh, people forgot what it means to be worked. They worked me, and I'm fine with it. Oh, but he might win
So
now. Okay, he's allowed to win. What are
here's
we
the
doing?
thing. I
Oh
I
no.
just I have a few different thoughts here. So,
Thoughts.
thoughts. Briefly,
Deep
quickly,
thoughts, Jake.
deep thoughts. One, it was always the plan. TKO worked us all, and they went ahead and had always this intention. This was what they always had in mind. The retirement, making it look real, the open challenge, all of it. And this is the story that they are dealing us. Two,
Okay.
Brock actually retired, felt like he was done, and then got threatened to be sued by TKO for taking that into his own hands. And that tinfoil hat theory kind of has a slight bit of weight on it, only because for so long now have we seen and heard over and over again that, oh, Lesnar was going to be in breach of contract. He was going to be found, this, and that. So it seemed like it was a real possibility. It was something that, could exist. Am I fully convinced? No. But it is still something to be
Do you know
discussed.
what
Then,
do you know what I loved
what's
about this?
that?
Sorry, I know I'm cutting you
No,
off. Do you
no,
know what
no.
I loved about this on Raw? And there's certain relationships on Raw that are not even between wrestlers that I've always loved. We always loved Kayla Braxton and Paul Heyman and how they got along backstage. Adam Pearce and Paul Heyman is an interesting one to watch. When Adam Pearce comes in and he's always got the I need a fucking drink or whatever. Right? He's like,
Yes.
he can't be here. I just finished drawing up his retirement papers.
Yes. So
Hashtag retirement papers.
hashtag papers for Brock Lesnar. He didn't say Lesnar, he said Lesnar. So some people are like, see, he's saying it's Lesnar, not Lesnar, and it's not really him, and none
And
of it makes sense.
Did you see the botch as
What's
well?
that? What's that?
Brock Lesnar needs to get himself in touch with Sydney Sweeney because he looks like he needs some better genes.
Oh boy. Yeah, that happens every time with him. I don't even call that a botch. That's just he gets him too tight and they allow him to rip off. So
That's what it's
I
like when he walks into the bedroom with Sable.
yeah, and Budweiser won't pay him.
Who let the elephant in?
My
What?
last theory is that the other story they can tell with this is that the whole time Lesnar retired, and it was always their plan, but their explanation for it a little bit different than the first. That this was always their plan, but Lesnar retires, and then because he lost his confidence. He's been beat, but he got beat by Goldberg because he, didn't think he was going to be a real competitor anymore.
Of
He's
course,
too
yeah.
old. He undermined or undervalued people, and that led to his undoing. His hubris, was what got him. So if you go ahead and think like, okay, so Brock got beaten down, couldn't mentally take it, and then went ahead and finally said, fuck it, I'm Brock Lesnar. I should be out there. And then found his moment and attacked Obafemi. It's not a hard explanation or a hard sell. They drew up his retirement papers, but he didn't fully retire yet.
He's not an employee. He's just a guy that is attacking somebody.
Yes, they could do a bunch of things with it, knowing that it'll be the biggest match they'll have, period, for anything coming up. Obviously,
Okay,
we get it.
okay.
So
Spaz puts his giant conspiracy hat on here, right?
yes,
Now you have to have a convergence of a lot of different things to make this make sense, right? You saw the huge pop that he got at WrestleMania for quote unquote retiring, right? When everybody
yes,
thought he was retiring, thank you, Brock, right?
and you were never fully sold on it either. So
I wasn't. It was like one of those.
I was more like, yeah, it seems like he's done, and you were like, I'm not so sure.
I wasn't so sure, but also I was just hoping, like, if it was true, like, will the fans let him have his moment, or will they just be dickheads? Here's my thing, though, right?
And they were dickheads.
We've always talked about the fact that SummerSlam is in his hometown. If he's going to retire, he's going to retire there. Couple things. You already saw the babyface reaction he got for retiring at WrestleMania, even though he was facing Oba, who's a
Yes.
babyface.
Say a
Now,
couple things. I'll give you two.
he's gonna be a babyface. What is it? SummerSlam's in Minnesota, right? That's
Yes.
his hometown. He's gonna be a babyface in Minnesota no matter what you do, right? Now,
Correct.
the last time he kind of had a babyface moment was when he had the match with Cody, and he kind of like had the
Yeah.
handshake and the nod after the match, right? And he got a
Yes.
little bit of respect for that, right?
Yes.
If he's going to do a trilogy with Oba, where Oba beats him the first time, he comes back angry, full of piss and vinegar, maybe cheats, whatever, gets the second win at Clash in Italy. And then the rubber match happens in Saudi because the Saudis love a Brock
Yeah.
match. And maybe that's where his paycheck came from.
What happens
Um,
in good old
in
Mini?
in Saudi, no, but in Saudi on the third time around, he gets pushed to the limit by Oba. Oba gets the second win. He wins the trilogy of matches. Brock shows him respect. He
But who does he
gets.
face?
I'm getting there.
Okay, that's what I
I'm
wanted to
getting
make
there.
sure you were getting. All right. I didn't know if you were
It's
skipping over it or not.
no, 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 no. I'm not skipping over who you think I'm skipping.
Okay.
But finish this up at the Saudi show. What is it? Clash of Champions, right?
Yes.
And let him have the third match. Big gigantic stage, big money, big pyro, the whole bit. Oba,
Okay, so
gets
that's what I wasn't understanding. Gotcha. So you're saying Clash before SummerSlam? Jesus, Clash Champions because that's in Saudi. When you said Saudi, I originally was going to
Clash.
Mania in
Yeah,
my
Clash of
head.
Champions is in
That's why I
Saudi.
was like,
So
why are you skipping
go
over SummerSlam?
give
Now I
give
retract my moronic tired
okay.
statement. Thank you.
So you give Brock Lesnar the cheating, scheming Healy victory over Oba at Clash in Italy,
Yes.
and it calls for the rubber match. The rubber match happens in Saudi, and I'm sorry, no matter how you feel about the Saudi shows, they are a gigantic stage. Look at all the money involved and all that kind of thing, right? Big stage, big pyro. Oba Femi comes back for blood. He wins it, like harder fought match. Maybe they go a little bit longer than they did at Mania. Earns Brock Lesnar's respect. There's a handshake, whatever the case may be. Raises his hand, puts him over. Gets to look like the good guy leading into his last match.
Yeah, and
He's,
and
he's,
like you
he's
said too,
still
I totally forgot about the Saudi part coming up. So that would make a
he
lot of sense too.
still
If
goes to
Lesnar was
SummerSlam.
done, and then they're like, oh well, Saudi wants you, so we're gonna make you do this, this, and that. You're not retired. Here's the deal. They're gonna give you an extra $10 million. I could see that being the case. I
But
truly
here's the
could
thing.
because Lesnar's
Here's
always so
here's where you
contractually motivated.
Here's where you make it work, though. Match number 3, Oba wins. He earns Brock Lesnar's respect. Brock Lesnar raises his hand, puts him over, whatever, like he did for Cody. He's a little bit on the good guy side, just enough. That's when he handpicks Gunther for SummerSlam because Brock being a babyface in his hometown, in what we all know to be his retirement match, is going to be received as a babyface anyway. So you might as well tell the story. Hey, you thought I was leaving. You thought with me gone, you could leverage my buddy Paul Heyman. I'm not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
He might even go to Clash in Italy and cost Gunther the match against Cody.
Mm.
So he's the reason that Cody maintains the title. He's the reason Gunther doesn't win the title. Gunther's the heel. He's doing it in defense of his friend, which even if you're a heel, that's still an understandable motive. He finishes his business with Oba. He does it the quote unquote right way. He goes for Gunther for his last match. Maybe they tell you in advance that it's his last match, his retirement match, whatever. That way, everything kind of falls into place for one single solitary Brock Lesnar as a babyface match. Goes in. Does he put over Gunther? Probably, but
Probably.
it's the only way it makes sense
So if they
because
don't do the third match at SummerSlam with Oba, that's the only way this works. Like they have to
I
do
don't
it in
I don't
Saudi.
I don't think you give Oba the SummerSlam match because don't give Oba the match
Yeah,
where
because
Brock
like you said,
Lesnar
where
becomes
Brock
the
will be the
chair.
face.
Yeah,
You totally engaged my brain and made me
yeah.
reconsider a lot of what I was considering already. So
Mhm. And I will
yeah.
say what's one of the things about Brock Lesnar that people have been the angriest? I mean, not that, but
Yeah.
in storyline, what was the thing that made people the most angry?
What's that?
with Brock.
Yes.
What was
The
the one?
streak?
No, people got way more angry about a certain thing that happened on SmackDown.
Oh, with Kofi, yes.
Yep,
I
and
forget about
he's
that often, the 8-second or
yes, because
6-second match, and
it's such a non-reason to get angry. A main eventer beat a mid-carder on a weekly episode of television. It's fine, don't worry about it. Then he went on to face,
the
Cain
Fox
Velasquez
SmackDown debut had over, what, 4+ million people
yeah,
watching?
in, like, less than 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Then he went on to face Cain Velasquez, and that was a huge money-making opportunity.
And
But,
they
I mean,
don't want Kane to come back. Look at that. Funny how that works.
it people don't want either Cain to come back, isn't that but that's not politically motivated at all.
Not
Let's be
one
really
bit.
weird about wrestlers going to the UFC show at the White House because we don't like it's at the White House. My point being is that Brock Lesnar is now 2-0 against Kofi Kingston, once for the belt and once for staying employed. I'm an asshole. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's get back.
I didn't
Let's get
see that
back to
happening.
Saturday night's main event.
You
Uh,
son of a bitch, you got me.
that's gonna be a clip.
You got
Um,
me.
the Vision versus the Street Profits. Prediction is very easy here. Rollins is accidentally going to cost the Street Profits the title, isn't he?
I don't think so. I think that they're trying to build towards something. It almost seems like Bronson Reed's going to come back and they'll have their 4-on-4 match somehow.
With Joe Hendry and Rollins and the Profits. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think you can build towards that with Seth Rollins. Like, can't help but like,
Costing, fuck
well,
things
no,
up.
yeah, Seth Rollins can't help but put his own foot in his mouth, type of thing. Can't get out of his own way, like because
Maybe. Because
he's
they
trying to
tried
make
to
such
come
a
to his aid, but LA Knight didn't show up, on Raw,
yeah.
obviously. He was like, you're on your own. You don't, if you're not going to listen, then what's the
LA
point?
Knight just shows up every couple of weeks to tell the Usos that they're shit and go
Yes.
home.
And goes home. Yes. And he
But
leaves.
like
So,
every time he tries to like get somewhere with, especially with Montez Ford, who's he had to come back to work because his wife isn't. Uh, it's always such a good line. Um, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, because he's trying to mend fences and whatever. I know I'm all on my own, and Roger. So
yeah.
very, 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 very predictable in my mind. Logan Paul and Austin Theory taking on the Street Profits. Braun Breaker is going to get involved at some point. Seth Rollins
That was my guess.
will,
I thought Braun Breaker
yeah.
cost the match. That was not Seth.
I
So,
think Braun Breaker gets involved, and Seth Rollins trying to neutralize Braun Breaker ends up being the thing that costs the Street Profits because
okay. Okay.
just
Okay.
doesn't work
Yeah.
out that way.
Yeah. I'm with you.
He's there with good intentions, but they're very much putting him in the like I need to keep defending myself even though I'm not doing anything wrong, but I can see why these guys think I did something wrong because I'm the one that put the vision together in the first place. I am the visionary, I'm the revolutionary, I am Seth freaking Rollins, and it's not just me saying it. My wife says it, and then the Bleacher Report said some stuff about her. um, it is kind of interesting right now with Rollins because Becky kind of turned heel to join Seth Rollins, and now Seth Rollins is babyface and Becky Lynch is still heel.
Yeah, exactly.
Becky Lynch has really awesome entrance music to it. It's like all triumphant sounding and shit. It doesn't really fit a heel, but I like the entrance, so I'll let it pass.
Hey, it
Yeah,
works.
I don't want to say another schmoz, but
No.
another schmoz for a bigger storytelling point later on down the line. Very much.
Yes.
This has the feeling. You and I have talked this into the ground. This has the feeling of one of TNA's B shows. It's like this is to set up for this. This is to set up for this. This is to set up for this. I think that what they've done to make Saturday night's main event a thing is they've just taken like one particular storyline development that would have happened on Raw or SmackDown and just saved it for Saturday.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's very building block, and I didn't think I had very much to say about this stuff, and apparently I do.
Yeah, no, because it makes total sense, honestly. And
Tired rambling Spaz is tired and rambling.
but you made great points so far. You've helped change my mind on a few things,
Yeah.
and I forgot about the Saudi stuff with Lesnar, so that makes sense because everyone's like, "Well, Saudi wants him." Like, I don't think they'll wait till Mania, but no, if they do 1, 2, 3 in a row like that, yeah, that lines up, and that
I
would be
mean,
why they brought him
if
back.
Saudi doesn't work out for WrestleMania next year, there's always Skydome. They put the Mania in the dome
I mean,
like
there is, so
23 years ago. Um, but anyways, regardless of where we go, whether it's a DQ, whether it's a no contest, whether it's a sneaky pin off of something. Vision leaves with the titles. The titles aren't moving
Yeah,
just
they're
yet.
not moving yet, but yeah, I see what you mean by Seth costing him. See, I was more like envisioning the Vision winning, like you said when you mentioned Seth. I was figuring like, oh, Seth inadvertently gets in the way again. But yeah, I can
Yeah.
see something like that because of Braun Breaker. So yeah,
Oh
that
yeah. No,
works out.
I don't think he comes out with them or anything like that. I think it's a case of they're out there. Braun comes down to get involved, and he tries to do the cutoff moment, and the cutoff ends up being
Again,
the
yeah,
destruction, all that kind of thing. And like, I'm sorry, and I keep
and
saying it,
that's
but
when
it's
they'll
fine.
have to get LA Knight involved
Or Joe Hendry. And I'm
eventually.
sorry, at this
Yes,
point, Joe Hendry's more likely to get on a card than LA Knight is. LA Knight
no doubt.
is like LA Knight is the constable of catering.
He's the kryptonite to booking at this point. So
Oh no. Constable catering. It's fine.
it's
'Cause
fine.
I mean, we might be getting back Constable Corbin if rumors are to
Hey,
be
if it
believed.
happens,
So we can have Constable catering.
I wouldn't hate
If
it.
we get Baron Corbin back and he gets in Braun Breaker's head and we get a return of the Wolf Dogs, it's all worth it. It's all
Now
worth
you're
it.
talking.
And
Get him.
the whole vision implodes. And Paul Heyman's like, "You guys suck. I'm going to stick with Breaker and Baron, Breaker and Baron and Bronson.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a better Triple B than the Triple B over in a next match." Uh, here's one I almost feel certain is changing, and we talked about this on the pod last weekend when we talked about next champions and next champions. I have a really strong feeling the story coming out of this weekend is Ethan Page, Intercontinental Champion.
Yes, I totally agree. Penta's been a decent IC champ, but this has got Ethan all over it. And
Because two things
T,
happens. I think at Triple they announced it at Triple Mania that it's going to be the first time the Lucha Brothers have been a tag team sort of under the WWE banner, for lack of a better term.
yeah.
So get the title off of Penta. Penta can start like maybe they have a warm-up match on Raw or SmackDown or one of them changes shows or whatever. But the other thing about it is, and what we said last week, just run back Ethan Page versus Javon Evans from NXT
Well, that's what's going to work out here. Like,
for the
there's
Intercontinental Championship.
so many
Yeah.
great matches coming up with Ethan
Oh yeah.
Page. That's why I'm so excited because I like Penta, but it's hard having a face champion as the mid card. It is, honestly.
Mhm.
Like when you look back to very successful runs and what I've enjoyed, it was Ethan Page, it was Obafemi, it was, in their heel natures, because then you constantly have like somebody that you enjoy, but you still like to see somebody
And
else
it
you want
works
to
for
root
Oba because
for.
especially in NXT, Oba wasn't really a heel. He was like that monster, like mountain to climb, who was a mountain to climb whether you were a babyface or a heel, and that still works. Um,
Exactly.
I mean, I know some people are even going shady on Cody right now. Like, I think Cody's the only one that stands up as like pure Snow White babyface
I mean, I
champion.
get why everybody's giving Cody shit. Oh, you said Rhodes, not Oniti. Fuck. Oh, God. I messed that up again. My bad, Judgment Day. Jesus. No, I know because everyone's like, Gunther needs to win the title. Have you seen this sentiment? I was talking about it with Liz
I
last
haven't.
night, and they're like, Cody's boring. Gunther will give us a change. It's like, are you on crack? Your life must be lacking something because Gunther is not an exciting champ. He's a good wrestler and he's very technical, but he's boring as
He's
balls lately. So
he's not. How can I say this? And I'm going to use a criticism that was used on Triple H that I don't think is true about Triple H, but I think it'll work for Gunther. Gunther's not an exciting champion. Gunther is like an anti-exciting champion for the purposes of make whoever beats him exciting.
yeah,
Like
exactly. Like make it
I don't think they will.
worthwhile.
I don't think they will because they're on way too like different spots on the roster at this point in time.
Yeah,
But if Gunther won the title and one of his first challengers was Ilya, and they run back some of the shit that they did in NXT UK, that could be a lot of fun, and that could be like a wake up call for SmackDown. My only problem is because of where they are on the card, I've got no doubt as to which way that match is going.
exactly. I don't. I. I,
Because
I'm
who do you
just
like? Legitimately, who do you put up? Who do you put up against Gunther on SmackDown? If not just a rematch with Cody again.
Carmelo would be interesting, but do people see him, at that
Trick
level?
Trick Gunther would
Trick
be
Gunther would be
interesting.
good, but that's
I
a
would say Carmelo.
impossibility right now. Carmelo
Trust me.
doesn't have the title, and
I'm pulling for Carmelo a lot, but very clearly, WWE sees more shine on Trick than they do on Carmelo. Not that it's not earned, by the way. Let me put that out there right away. But if it's going to be one of the two of them, it's going to be Trick and
yeah,
Trick Gunther. Trick with all the excitement and all the the mascot friends that we love so much. The reincarnate. We need Gingerbreadhausen.
yeah, exactly.
Or we need a Gunther Open challenge that's answered by Danhausen,
Which would
Minihausen,
be
and what was his name? Fucking like Cocky the Gamecock and the Gingerbread Man and all this. And he says nine. He says nine. The match is the mat is sacred. And then he's like, "Where's Kaiser? Oh fuck."
uh-oh.
Uh oh.
Retro Raggy.
Speaking of Imperium, randomly, uh, Giovanni Vinny Vidi Vici showing up in
Yes.
TNA.
Fabian Eichner.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
Everything's coming up Imperium. Gunther's gonna have a belt. The guy formerly known as Kaiser's gonna have a sword. Vinny Vidi Vici might be the next X Division champion. Um, Apparently AEW is trying to get their paws on Leon Slater. They can fuck all the way off.
Yeah.
Uh, Moving swiftly on. Oh, if we can't get tag team of what's it called, Javon Evans and Leon Slater on the main roster, give me Javon Evans and Trey Miguel
Yeah.
as a
Um,
match or as a tag team.
I'm trying to think of who else. Oh, my mind is so blank at this point, but probably one of the best off focus messages that I saw recently, because you could only see like part of the message until you expanded it. So it said The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25 received a 55-minute standing ovation. Dot dot dot.
Really
Yeah. And then when you press the rest, it says, "From me in my underwear in my living room after watching it for the 2000th time."
nice, very
So
nice.
Spaz appreciates that type of humor, and he appreciates All Ego Ethan Page, who had the best moment on Raw. That was the highlight of Raw to me. That interview with Mike. Hey,
Mike,
Mike. Like
hey
the
Mike,
way he hands
great job,
Michael
champ.
Cole, yeah, 30-year veteran notes, and it's so egotistical. And they focus, and I like that Michael Cole can be himself. And he's like, enough of this. You could be amazing. What is wrong with you? And
He
just
was
when you
trying.
think he's going to
He
be
was trying to not
sincere,
crack at the same time.
yeah,
He
but
was
but
trying
it
to not
was,
crack.
I love it.
There was two moments, and it's funny with the Michael Cole thing because it was pre-taped and they could have just done it again, but he looked like he was about to crack. The other one was when LA Knight was giving the
Oh,
Usos shit in the back,
yes.
and he kept on calling the Ulafala the Ufalafa or the
Yes.
awful waffle or whatever, and
It's like, we
Jimmy
could
was
have an
just like,
oofalafa or an awful waffle or whatever match. And Jay just turns his head beet
I
red
love.
to the side, just like, and
You know
he's
what it
trying, he
is, man?
keeps covering his face. He does this thing where like he rubs his hands over his mouth to try and look like he's intimidating, but he can't do
Or he
anything to
looks like
hide
he's
his
like
mouth.
stressed out. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Like but it really is trying to hide himself
You know what it is,
breaking
man.
up.
And I know like people hated on Jey Uso's like title run, main event run, and I because they're haters, and Jimmy never really even got there. I gotta believe the Usos have a fun day at work.
Oh, yeah. Got to.
Like, goddamn. Like now that they're back together as they could, and I don't want to say coast like a bad thing because nobody's just coasting. They're all putting their bodies on the line and all that kind of all the stuff that we know is true, right? But now that
Yes.
they're back together, they put the tag team back together, they could just coast for the rest of their career and it'd be fine.
Yeah. Then they can go ahead and just go
I don't think
through.
they will. I think there'll be like in the words of Simon Miller, I think there will be some ups and downs. but but like they look like they're having so much fun at work. And the retread of the bloodline. I know you and I had the debate of like, oh, the bloodline's overplayed or whatever. I don't care, man. And the more I see them together, and I don't mean I don't care about the bloodline, I don't care that I've seen it before. Like,
Yeah.
it's good. If it's good, keep doing it. If it starts to suck, I'll tell you. But in the meantime, you want to put it on like bloodline cruise control, I'm okay with that. It's
See,
fine.
I'm spent on it, but if it's working
Yeah.
for you, I'm not gonna argue it, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
That, of
Yeah.
course, I get. Hey,
Oh yeah.
it's
Well, we don't
to
have
each their own.
apparently we don't have Punk until SummerSlam.
Yeah. So,
So, I don't
make
know about
that
that.
make sense.
I mean, if he's asked for it, who
That's
knows
one
what
thing, but
who knows what he's negotiated. And it's like I said the same thing about Roman. Like Roman's been around a lot more now because he's the champion, obviously. But like before, when he was like, "Oh, I'll show up for Mania and I'll show up for Rumble and I'll show up for SummerSlam, and if you need to toss me a couple extra $1,000 to go to Saudi, I'll do that." Like, let's not lie. Let's not lie for a second. Let's be honest with ourselves. We would
yeah.
all take that gig.
Oh, absolutely.
We would all, like people
Can't
that
be
are like,
hypocrites,
"Oh,
but
such a fucking part timer." Like, you're a hater. Like, what are we
yeah.
doing?
Come on. Really.
I mean, say that you would like to see him more, but don't say that, "Oh, he's such a fucking," like he's in that position because he earned it. And
Exactly.
he like, not to make another AEW reference, but he crawled through a lot of mud to get there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I can't hate on Roman's game, man. And you know what? CM Punk is a value to your company as soon as he shows up.
CM
I don't
Punk,
care if
I if it's scheduled time off, it's one thing, but, like, it's unfortunate because he doesn't crash out, comes out, "Hey, we're still gonna manage, we've got this," and then disappears. So, it's a bit of a mixed
yeah.
message overall.
And all the people that are like trying to fabricate their own headlines. Oh, CM Punk's in the doghouse with TKO because he showed up at the MVP event. And I'm like, he's a name in MMA as well. You might make fun of the two matches that he had. He
Yeah.
had a pretty steady gig doing commentary there for a while. He's outspoken about other arts outside of wrestling, anyways. Huh? And it
Yeah.
was like, I get that it wasn't with UFC, which is part of TKO, but it was part of a Netflix presentation, and Netflix are your presenting partner.
You know?
So, well, I'm gonna do a KJ here, but like, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? I'm gonna get
I don't
one of
know.
their. What are we doing?
What are they doing? And what are those?
What are those? What are those? Those are 5 cool matches that we're gonna see on on Saturday. There's
I
less
mean,
matches here than we're gonna see on
on
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah, no
Double or
doubt.
Nothing.
Cody's gonna be in
You know
attendance
what?
at AEW Double or Nothing. He's going to see it Sunday.
Who is?
Cody is.
Nice.
And, yeah, so he'll be our man on the inside, but I'm telling you, it's a hell of a lineup overall. It's got a good card to it,
Yeah.
and
Okay, you know what? I
it's
wasn't going to do this, but I'm making an executive decision. I have to see what this actually looks
so Darby Allin MJF for the title versus hair. The hair thing's silly,
like.
but I'll take it. They have a women's
Willow
fatal
Nightingale.
four-way.
Sorry, I'm looking at it from the bottom up. Willow Nightingale versus Alex Windsor.
Yep.
For the women's Owen Bandito versus Swerve Strickland.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ.
Will
Jesus
Osprey.
Christ. Samoa Joe versus Will Ospreay. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Um,
They have
Thekla
the Stadium
versus
Stampede, of
Vader
course.
versus Statlander versus Hickory Stick.
Oh, the
Um,
four-way? Yeah.
the Stadium Stamp. Oh my god.
Stadium
Oh
Stampede's
my
the only
god.
thing I'm really, like, not giving a shit about, obviously.
You know what? It's
But
probably
it's
the only
gonna
thing I'm
be ridiculous, so you're gonna be you know what I mean?
you get to laugh at them. Okay, so
Yes.
what is it? Jericho, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, Kenny Omega, Jack Perry, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson. Holy fuck!
Yeah,
Versus
Ricochet,
Ricochet,
Bishop,
Bishop
and
Khan,
Toa
Toa
yeah,
Toa Leola, Toe Fungus, whatever.
yeah.
Mark Davis, Andrade, Clark Connors, and David Finlay. Oh my, like what? Why would okay?
Fourteen-man Stadium
Thi-
Stampede.
this is what they're doing with Andrade. Why would you go here?
And he's gotta be
Okay,
semi-hard at all times
if
facing the
if,
ladies.
if you're Leon Slater and you see what they're doing with a guy like Andrade, why do you go here?
Yeah, you
If you're
don't. You
Leon
stay
Slater,
far, far,
if
far
you're Leon Slater,
away.
deeply entrenched in the TNA of it all, look what they're doing with Rascals. Look what they're doing with Ace Austin. Look, okay, Josh Alexander is injured right now, to be fair, but look what they were doing to him before that.
No,
I'm
you're
gonna
not
be
wrong, and I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna
The
be
front yard's
I'm
filled
gonna
with
be
police, so Milo's gonna be going nuts. But
I'm legitimately bummed if Leon Slater goes to AEW.
yeah,
All power
and
to him. Like do whatever you want with your career. I'm not being one of those assholes, but
I'm with you.
what is it? Revival versus Edge and Christian. I quit match. If Cope and Cage lose, they can't be a tag team anymore. I mean, they will. So there's that. And Take a Shitta versus Oak Table. What? Okay, the Stadium Stampede will be a clusterfuck. Samoa Joe versus Will Ospreay will be good. Darby Allin versus MJF will be interesting, even though the stipulation is fucking stupid.
Yep.
I got nothing. I
So
don't know why I did this. I just brought down the tone of the whole
yeah,
pod.
there's like I said, there's some good matches. Osprey, Joe,
Mhm.
MJF, Darby Allin. Even the women's four-way is going to be probably pretty good, minus Cheetah. But Takeshita Okada, I'm sure they're going to put on a pretty good banger there. And then FTR, Cage, and Cope, I Quit match.
I'm
If
sorry.
they lose, they can never tag again.
I know that Okada has this like huge representation coming over Japan, and I'm sure he was fan fucking tastic at one point.
Yeah.
Bro bores the shit out of me.
Since especially there's not one thing he's done in AEW that I've been like, oh wow, this is interesting, this is good, this is
He
worthwhile.
tried to.
It's
I
all
think he's like
been
silently tried to like copyright the word bitch, and that's not a character trait. That's you hitting copy paste.
exactly.
I got nothing. I don't know why we did this. I don't know why we veered from the show that I'm kind of looking forward to. I
Hey,
will
come on.
say
You got that
so.
Canadian blood in you for Edge and Christian, Cope and Cage.
Oh yeah, I want to see that Stadium Stampede and how Jericho tries to keep all that shit together because holy fuck.
That's gonna be a cluster.
Mm. I
I'm
would rather
I'm
just see
serious.
Jericho versus Kenny again.
Like more than
What are we
just a
doing?
clusterfuck. That's gonna be a total cluster hard R style. Like just saying.
Can we just like fuck it all? Like do an all Canadian main event. Just do like Jericho and Kenny versus Edge and Christian.
Oh, I ran out of fuck it all. I gotta get a new prescription.
Dear God. The thing is like, oh, and I don't know. We're way off kilter now, and then my brain is half asleep. Watch when they do these big, like fucked up 10-man tags that are basically like, gymnastics competitions.
Yeah, the
When
multi-man, everybody on
when
the
Edge
card
when
matches.
if Edge and Christian are in them, watch Edge and Christian because they're standing in the corner holding the tag rope, watching everybody else be retarded.
Yes, every time.
It's fucking hilarious.
Always.
It
You're
is
not
fucking
wrong.
hilarious. I will say it's going to be good comedy, and I will say a little bit of co-promotion here at the end. If you've lasted with us this long, go check out our friends over at the Wrestling for Life Network. They will be doing watch-alongs. I'm pretty damn sure for Saturday night's main event and for Double or Nothing. Watch KJ blow his brains out over AEW like he does every Wednesday. Those guys are doing the best watch-alongs in the business. I'm assuming you're doing after shows for both.
Yeah.
All right,
Um,
I don't think I'm gonna be there for either of them, but check out Jake, after
hey,
you've got the hangout,
that's
obviously.
right.
But, other than that, I think
I'll be
I've
live both shows over the weekend, so come hang out with us over there on YouTube. And if Spaz ever can drop in, he will be there. So make sure you subscribe to check out when he appears. But you got to subscribe to his channel and help him reach both goals by SummerSlam and by December.
I didn't even have to do the whole, like, Jake, tell them where to find you. We've already stumbled into it. It's tired in here. You guys know where to find me or you wouldn't be here. I've been Spaz. This has been Jake. We are very tired. This is us talking about Saturday night's main event and some other stuff. Subscribe up there, talk down there, start a conversation. Keep all of these conversations going. Don't be a stranger. I will talk to each and every last one of you later. But for right now, two very tired boys are tagging out. See you later.
Stay sexy.